Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. I am Khairul, Assistant Professor, Department of English in Dhaka College, Dhaka. Again, welcome you to my online class or virtual class. Due to Eidul Adha, I went to my village home. That is why I could not attend your classes for last few days. Today I will take class on a new topic, namely unclear pronoun reference. This is my first class on unclear pronoun reference. In my previous classes, some of you have told that if I take a class on unclear pronoun reference, it will help you. So that is why I am taking this class on unclear pronoun reference, or it can be said it is a faulty pronoun reference or vague pronoun reference. Unclear pronoun reference 1. This is my first class on this topic, unclear pronoun reference. So, dear students, first of all, we should know what is called unclear pronoun reference. How can we say the pronoun is unclear or vague or faulty? Unclear pronoun reference. Unclear, that means the pronoun that is not clear to us. When the pronoun makes a confusion to the readers, this is called unclear pronoun. Unclear pronoun occurs or happens when a pronoun could refer to more than one incident in a sentence. Antecedent, more than one antecedent in a sentence. That means when a pronoun refers to more than one antecedent or more than one noun in a sentence, it can create a confusion to the readers or to a person who is reading the lines or who is reading the sentence. That is why it is called unclear pronoun reference or faulty pronoun reference or vague pronoun reference. For example, first of all, I will tell you how we can identify the unclear pronoun reference. And before going to the main discussion, we will discuss about antecedent and how can unclear pronoun occur. It is very easy to create a sentence that uses a pronoun without a clear, unmistakable noun antecedent. To create a sentence that uses a pronoun without a clear or unmistakable noun antecedent. It is very easy. That means we can create a sentence by using a clear or unmistakable noun antecedent that can create a confusion or a hesitation in us. For example, look at the example. After putting the disk in the cabinet, Rubel sold it. In this sentence, we see after putting the disk in the cabinet, Rubel sold it. In this sentence, there is a pronoun it. Now the question is, the pronoun it refers to the desk or the cabinet. If we see the previous noun, there are two nouns. One is the disk and another is the cabinet. The pronoun can refer both the disk or the cabinet. Now the confusion is whether it refers to the disk or the cabinet. Thus we see the pronoun refers to the previous noun, that is called antecedent. What is antecedent? Antecedent is simply a word or thing that a pronoun refers to in the previous sentence. That means when a pronoun, the following pronoun refers to the previous noun clearly, this is called antecedent. But when it creates a vague or when it creates a confusion in us, that is called unclear or faulty pronoun. In this sentence, we have a confusion. We cannot clearly say whether the pronoun it refers to the desk or the cabinet. Anybody who is reading this sentence can make a gauge or can make an idea that it refers to the desk or it refers to the cabinet. So we see there is a confusion. This type of confusion is called faulty pronoun or unclear pronoun reference that creates the confusion, that creates the hesitation, that creates a unclear meaning of the sentence. So we should purify it, we should repair it, we should correct it by using right pronoun or by using right antecedents or the noun. So this is called faulty pronoun because we cannot clearly say the pronoun it in this sentence refers to the cabinet or the disk. So we can write it clearly by correcting the pronoun or the antecedents noun. So errors or fault can be identified by this way, but before identifying the pronoun, we should know the classifications of pronoun and we should first identify the antecedents. How can we repair this sentence? Can you tell me how can we repair this sentence, correct this? I will see, please correct this sentence. After putting the disk in the cabinet, Rubel sold it. How can we repair or how can we correct this sentence? Please let me see the after putting the dish in the cabinet, Rubel sold it. So we can correct it by writing this way. After putting the dish in the cabinet, Rubel sold the cabinet, or Rubel sold the disk. The pronoun can be replaced by the cabinet or the disk. Then our confusion will be clear, or the meaning of the sentence will be clear. Thus we can repair the error or the fault in the sentence. This is called faulty pronoun, or the vague pronoun, or the unclear pronoun reference. After putting the disk in the cabinet, Rubel sold the cabinet. Now our confusion is clear that Rubel has sold the disk. Rubel had sold the cabinet, not the disk. So we have no confusion now. Thus we can make repair of the error or the fault in the sentence. This is known as faulty pronoun or error in the pronoun reference. Now I will clear about pronoun. Now the question is, what is pronoun and what are the classifications of pronoun? What is pronoun? We say pronoun is a substituting word. Instead of noun, generally we use pronoun to make the sentence easier and more comfortable. In a sentence, when we repeat the name, it creates a hazard for the readers. So, to avoid this type of repetition, we use noun instead of, we use pronoun instead of noun. That is why a pronoun is set, or a pronoun is used instead of noun. So we can call a pronoun a substituting word as it substitutes a noun. So what is pronoun? A pronoun is a word that is used instead of noun. In English language, there are classifications of pronoun. Some classifies it in 7 items, or 8 or 9. Now we will see what are the classifications of pronoun, or what are the different types of pronoun. Number 1, personal pronoun. Number 2, demonstrative pronoun. Number 3, interrogative pronoun. Number 4, a relative pronoun. Number 5, indefinite pronoun. Number 6, distributive pronoun. Number 7, reflexive pronoun. There are 3 names of the reflexive pronoun. Emphatic pronoun is also the name of reflexive pronoun. There is another name of reflexive pronoun, intensive pronoun. Intensive pronoun. If we numbering all the items, then the classifications of pronoun are 9 types. But if we numbering as one number, reflexive, emphatic, or intensive, then the pronoun are 8 types. Last one, a reciprocal pronoun. Personal pronoun, demonstrative pronoun, interrogative pronoun, relative pronoun, indefinite pronoun, distributive pronoun, a reflexive pronoun. The another name of reflexive pronoun is emphatic pronoun, or it can be said as intensive pronoun. Last one, a reciprocal pronoun. So somebody says there are 7 types of pronoun. Some says there are 8 types of pronoun, but we can say there are 9 types of pronoun. If we numbering one after another, then we can say there are 9 types of pronoun. Now we will discuss every pronoun one after another, so that we can know clearly what are the pronouns are. What are the pronouns? If we clearly realize or identify the pronoun, then when we will write the example or do the example of unclear pronoun reference or faulty pronoun reference, it will help us to identify the faulty pronoun or where is the pronoun each. Pronoun can be identified easily by this way. Now we will discuss what is called personal pronoun. Personal pronoun, the pronoun which is used instead of a person or a thing, that is called personal pronoun. The pronoun which is usually used instead of a person or a thing is called personal pronoun. So when a pronoun will be used instead of a person or a thing, it will be identified as personal pronoun. We know there are 3 types of persons: first person, second person, and third person. Again, person can be singular or plural, and it can be written in 3 forms, either as a subject or as an object or as a possessive. So I will give you a chart of personal pronoun. From the chart, you will clearly identify what is personal pronoun, what are the different types of personal pronoun, and it will help you in voice change, in narration very effectively. I will, you know it, I think all the pronouns of the personal pronoun are very clear to you, but I will give you a chart. Through the chart, you will make it clear that what is personal pronoun, what is singular number, what is plural number, what is subject, what is object, and what is possessive. It will be very effective for narration, voice change, and other grammatical items of our language. The chart of personal pronoun. Please at first follow me, then you will write. It will be very helpful for us. The chart of personal pronoun. Person, number. We know cage. What is cage? In Bengali, cage, that means karo. In English language, there are 3 cages, or that means every person can be used in 3 ways. That is first subject, object, and possessive, which is known as case. Cage, C-A-C. Subjective case, objective case, and another term, possessive, or it can be called vocative, possessive or vocative. Every person has 3 forms: subject, object, and possessive. There are 3 types of person: first person, second person, third person. Person can be classified in 3 ways: first person, second person, and third person. Again, every person can be classified in 2 numbers, either it is singular or it is plural. Number, there are 2 types of number. So we will divide the box in 2, that means singular, plural. When the number is 1, that is singular. When the number is more than 1, it is plural. So every box will be divided into 2, that is singular and plural. Every person can be written as singular and plural. First person, singular, plural. I will write all the items of personal pronoun. First person, I. The plural of I is we. The object of I is me. The object of we is us. Now the question, the plural of me is us. Possessive of I, my, or sometimes mine is used as possessive. Our, the plural of my is our, and possessive of we is our. If we write the Bengali meaning, it will help us more effectively or more clearly. That means I orthobang in Bengali, ami, we, amra. If you follow the subjective case, we see here we will find no suffix or prefix in this Bengali meaning. That means in Bengali shunno vibhakti. Shunno vibhakti. So in subjective case, always we will have to follow zero prefix or suffix, that is known as in Bengali vibhakti. I, the meaning of Bengali is ami, we, amra, me, amake, aaj, আমাদিগকে, my, আমার, our, আমার. Okay, this is the first person overall. There is none other than in this box are first person. So first person singular and plural I, we, me, us, my, our. Now we will write second person. The singular of second person in subjective case you, in objective case is also you, in possessive case your. The plural of you is also you, object of you and the plural of you in objective case is also you, and in possessive case it is also yours. But the meaning of singular and plural, subject, object and possessive will be different. You here, to me. In plural it will be tomra. You in object, tomake. You in plural, tomadigoke. Your, tomar, your, tomader. This is all about second person. You, your, your. In nominative, in objective, in possessive. Sorry, it can be said subjective or it can be written as nominative. Nominative or subjective, or it can be used as subject and it is used as object. Now the question is, how can we use possessive? We can use possessive both as a subject or object. So it is clear that all the pronouns can be used in two forms, either subject or object, but it can be written in three forms: nominative, objective and possessive. Nominative, that means subjective or nominative. In Bengali, korta, kormo, koron. But it will be used either as a subject or as a object. Now we will go to the third person. In singular number third person, there are three pronouns: he, she, it. He, she, it. He, the object of he, him. The object of she, her. The object of it, it. The possessive of him, his. The possessive of her is also her. Possessive of it also its. all the pronouns in the singular number can be plural by only one word, them. So he, the plural form of he is also them, she is also them, it is also them. Him, her, it, the plural form of, they. In object, they, the object of they is them, the possessive of them is their. The meaning of Bengali, tar, ihar, them, tader. তাকে, ইহাকে, পসেসিভে তার, ইহার, দেয়ার, তাদের, them, তাদেরকে. Now we see in the nominative case we will use zero prefix or suffix, that means zero or shunno vibhakti. In objective case we will use a second prefix or suffix, that means ditiya vibhakti, and in possessive case we will use ra er, that means soshti vibhakti in Bengali. Now we will I will ask you a question, I will give you a translation for your better understanding from the chart. According to my chart, you will write the translation from Bengali to English, and I will see what you will write. Please write the chart. My translation is আমার একটি কলম আছে. The next one, আমার কলমটি লাল. Please write the English of these two sentences. I will see. Please let me see the comments. Please write the English of two sentences. আমার একটি কলম আছে, and another sentence, আমার কলমটি লাল. Okay, some of you have written I have a pen. Next one, আমার কলমটি লাল. What will be the English? আমার কলমটি লাল. My pen is red. Okay, my pen is red. Now my question is, you have written I have a pen, and you have written my pen is red. In my box we see the meaning of I is ami, not amar, and the meaning of my is amar. Now my question is, why we have written I have a pen? Why we have not used my have a pen? Can you tell me why we have not used my have a pen? I have a pen, we can write it according to my meaning. The meaning of my is amar. We should write it my have a pen. Why we have not used my have a pen? But here we have used I have a pen. Now I will tell you the reality or real matter. We have classified personal pronoun in three forms: nominative, objective, or possessive. Nominative, objective, or possessive. Now the question is, the nominative case can be used only as a subject. and the objective case can be used only as a object, but the possessive case can be used both as a subject and as a object, but there is a condition. Behind a possessive case, after a possessive case, we should have a noun. We should have a noun. Or without noun, a possessive case cannot be used. That is why the English of the Bengali word Amar is actually my, but here we have written I have, because if we write my, this person is a possessive case, and possessive case should be followed by a noun. That means if we say in Bengali যে প্রত্যেকটা পসেসিভ কেজের পরে অবশ্যই একটা নাউন থাকতে হবে, পসেসিভ কেজ কখনো নাউন ছাড়া বসতে পারে না। দ্যাট মিন্স এ পসেসিভ কেজ ক্যানট বি ইউজড উইদাউট এ নাউন, আইদার অ্যাজ এ সাবজেক্ট অর অ্যাজ এ অবজেক্ট। সো দ্যাট ইজ হোয়াই উই হ্যাভ রিটেন I have a pen, because the subject of my is I. If we write my, we should have a noun, but we have the word have, it is a verb. So we cannot write my have. But in the next sentence, Amar kolomti lal, that means ami lal noi, my pen is red, my has followed the noun pen. So my is not the subject is my pen. That is the reason why we cannot write my have a pen. We have to write I have a pen. So my, our, your, his, her, their, all the possessive case can be used as a subject or as a object, but we should have a noun after a possessive case. That is the rule. A possessive case can be used both as a subject or as a object, but we have to maintain the rules that there should have a noun after a possessive case. Okay, I think this chart will help you both in narration and in voice change. Now I will go to my main discussion, the pronoun reference or the unclear pronoun reference or the faulty pronoun reference. I will give you two problems today as your home task about faulty pronoun reference, and I will solve it in the next class clearly. That will help you to repair the faulty pronoun or the pronoun or the error in the pronoun reference clearly. Okay, as your home task, faulty pronoun, sentence number 1, you will write this in your home and we will discuss about it in my next class. Number 1, take the radio out of the car and fix it. Number 1. Number 2, if the fans do not buy all the peanuts. If the fans do not buy all the peanuts, P-I-C-K, pick them away until the next game. Please write these two sentences for your home task. We will solve it in my next class, and I will give you more examples about faulty pronouns or the errors in the pronouns, and how can we repair it, how can we identify the error and makes it very clear to remove your confusion very easily. Okay, I will take you 2 more classes on pronoun reference. I think it will help you to complete the task of unclear pronoun reference or faulty pronoun reference. Thank you all. Stay home, stay safe. I will meet you again in my next class with the faulty pronoun reference or the unclear pronoun reference in my second class about it. Please solve these 2 sentences in home, and I will explain it in my next classes. Thank you all. See you again. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.